the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New. Yeah.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is June 19, 2024. It is 4:30 a.m. I just finished edit one of the 2 videos that I recorded yesterday. There were some tweets that I had since last week. Some of them I didn't record. I don't think I will record any of these here, but I went over some of them and pick some ones that I feel like I should share, and the others I don't know, I might just trash them. And I added new one to the new list. This is the new list, and there's about 11 of them, so we will be recording these. Let me grab the first link and let's look at the background of this channel. And I think this is where I will be putting it on PYTE. 3,941 subscribers. If there are any new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue $75.90. Let's look at analytics. Okay, 829 views in the last 48 hours. I don't have a new video every day for this channel, but occasionally I put some stuff here, so I think this is where I will be putting this video. Okay, that's the estimate, $75.90. Something tells me to look at the content here. Okay, so this, I put it off. I keep on pushing it back. Let's do this one now. June 30th. What's the last one? Okay, so that's the last one I could put. The short, I want to look at the short, make sure there's nothing, because in 2 days they will be paying me. So there's no issues, restriction, none. I don't know why. Something tells me to check that. Let me do that for the other channel as well, since I'm not recording 2 videos today. Okay, so we are all in Team Sussex 4293. I'm not worrying about the analytics, but something tells me to look at the videos if there are any restriction. I don't know why. Okay, so this one I put it off. It's private. Okay, off. Why these are off? Team Sussex. I put them off, I remember. Okay, the short videos. I want to see if there's any restriction, because I recently started putting some short videos. I find an app that sometimes I want to put something funny or really silly, and I put it on that particular app. It does it for me. So there it is. That okay, so everything is fine. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. I don't know why. I just wanted to look at this because the past couple months I've been having issues with YouTube, but today I feel like I should check these. I don't normally check the restriction for the videos. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. All right, so this tweet, you know what, since it's on my screen, let's go over it, because I was gonna share it with you. Is further down the list. This tweet was on my last video that I just finished editing, and it was like an extra. I saw it at the bottom of the tweet that I was originally focusing on, and I went over it really quickly, so I put it on the list. It's further. This was like extra from one of the tweets that I did, and then at the bottom, you know, all the way at the bottom where there sometimes says discover or something like that, oh, there's something new here. Let me see what's that all about. Okay, so I just added this on the list. It will be next since I'm here already. But this one, on my last video that I was editing, and I realized that I didn't go over this that much, and I look for it and put it on the list. Okay, just in, the Duchess Meghan backed latte company Clevr Blends is now available at Whole Foods store in the US. Okay, so they're expanding. So this is some of the states that they are in now. So there's all of that: Nevada, Oregon, Arizona, Washington, and California, and all of that. So let's see here. I actually bought a couple of these, and they're really nice. I wasn't expected to like the golden latte, but it's actually quite subtle and not too strong. For those in the UK, I got mine from Health. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the story, not the raspberry jam, and Meghan neither posted about or released on Trooping Day. It is investment she made in Clevr Blends, which has become a successful company that is now in Target, Whole Foods store. This also opens the door to the UK market. There's that. Okay, ladies, make that money, Meghan. Get your coin, sis. Okay, so that's an ad. I thought I'd bring it up again because I just went over it really quickly on my last video, and I think I put 2 links for me to look over. I think one of them has a video. Let me see if it's this one. No, it's not that one. Clevr Blends now officially in Whole Foods. Love to see it. Duchess Meghan. Clevr Blends. We could not be more excited to make this official. We're in at Whole Foods, baby. This is a dream come true. Our friends on the West Coast can find us in a Whole Foods near them now. Head to our store locator at the link in our bio to see where you can find us, IRL, near you. Okay, so pretty much that's probably from one of their posts on IG or something like that. Okay, hoping it's coming to the East Coast soon. Clevr Blends, how fantastic. What was it? Not too long ago in one of my videos, I was talking about Whole Foods store, where I thought it was completely, you know, things that were all full natural and, you know, something different from, I don't know, that what was going on in my mind. You know, something different from, let's say, ShopRite, Pathmark. You know, if you're in the US, you know what I'm talking about. So where things are full-blown, natural, all of that. But when I finally got in one of them, you know, I see them selling almost the same thing as ShopRite and Pathmark and all of that. Okay, so I thought I shared this again because, like I said on my last video that I just finished editing, and I went over it really quickly. This is the other one that I just added on the list. Let's go over it. Okay, so this literally just added on the list while I was doing the Clevr blend here. Okay, this is from Royal Soda. Despite rumors that Harry's ongoing legal battle over his security arrangement is a sign that he is interested in a more permanent spot in the country where he and Meghan both have charitable ties, Vanity Fair can report that the prince is not looking for property in the UK. I mean, we know that. The UK write their BS. And then this is another example, or should I say another reason for Vanity Fair to write some nonsense as well, to debunk the other one. These are the same group. It's really freaking ridiculous to see the amount of time and energy these people are spending on writing BS. Completely BS. Meanwhile, there are so many important things that going on in the, well, not just in the US, around the globe. Around the globe. Let's say, for instance, in the US, there's so many topics that these people could write about with in Washington, D.C., what some really good politicians are fighting for. These could have been light to some of the issues that many people are facing. The same thing can be said in the UK as well. Whatever is going on in Parliament and stuff like that. But they focus on this. Each one of them are bouncing with each other. This is full-blown ridiculous. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are not looking for a home in the UK. Contrary to speculation in the media, Vanity Fair can confirm the Sussexes are not eyeing real estate across the pond. I mean, we know that. That was written yesterday. Why we be known? LOL. The UK media needs to move on. They look very unhinged and deranged with their stalking at this man and his family. Anyone who believes that, I have a bridge to sell in London. I mean, Harry been going in the UK since his father took his home. Okay, he find ways. I don't know. He has good friends who's willing to open doors. There's how do you call this? There's hotels and all of that. So I don't know why these people are so fixated on Harry. Then they said they were not going to talk about them when they leave. They were irrelevant. That was the thing that was said. Okay, whatever's on the screen, that's it. I hope this addresses all the lies about him wanting to go back there, though. I doubt it. This has as much credibility as the Queen story. With all the high security risks involved, I don't know why anyone will think Harry could just purchase a house in the UK. That man's life isn't that simple. Womp womp, pathetic Brits telling themselves they're important and Harry misses them dreadfully. Newsflash, Harry chose his wife whom he loves, not the crown. Move on. And the crown, there was nothing for him. Okay? And the brother really did something. I mean, it's almost like everything that he does is very stupid. He knows, William that is, he knew from birth, since he was young, this was for him. He knew that. Okay? But yet, the brother, as they get older, the brother, the spare, Harry, was there to help him. Harry knew that. He understood that.
How do you understand it to begin with? How do you know that that's a part of your destiny?
Well, we don't, put it this way, we don't all sit in a room with a queen and a blackboard going. It's a kind of, I don't know, I think it's, I wouldn't say it's in our blood, but at the same time I think it's over history and watching our parents, watching our grandparents, and just learning our way through that process. I mean, Christ, I think I went to my first proper royal engagement at the age of 4 or 5. So you make mistakes, like we all have. And then slowly you find your way and you start to realize that you've got an incredible platform to make really positive change.
This is why he does a lot of work outside of the UK and Africa and all of that.
Did you always embrace this role and responsibility?
No, I don't think I understood it. I think what happened to my mum probably put me a step back, thinking, well, how could someone who did so much for the world and did so much for everybody else could be treated like that by a certain institution? So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, you know, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back and also gaining the trust and respect of the general public and then using that position for good.
But he was willing. This is the thing here. You could see his action. You don't even need to listen to me. Just look at past things before he got married, before he met Meghan. He was there to help his brother. And then, now when he met Meghan, Harry that is, he brought someone that could help the institution, to help his brother still, but he didn't see it.
What helped you to understand that position that you were in?
Spending 10 years in the military was one.
And what did that do for you?
I think I wouldn't say it changed my outlook on life, but there were certainly experiences that I went through during those 10 years that not only was I surrounded by normal people on a day-to-day basis and being able to share and talk about everyday issues that they were going through, but it was a grounding moment for me as well. You know, wearing the same uniform as all of the people that I was serving with, getting an opportunity to serve your country on operations, but also being part of a family. And that's not just the guys and the girls that were wearing the uniform, but also the wives, the girlfriends, the kids. That whole network of support was huge. But I think my understanding of service and duty became really, really ingrained, or it was given to me by my service in the military, because that's what it's all about. And you're taking young people from some of the most deprived cities and towns across the UK for the British Armed Forces, and I know it's the rest for the rest of the world as well. But you're taking some people who've had some really, really hard upbringings and hard backgrounds, and you're training them to be ambassadors. You're training them to be fighters, but you're training them to be brothers in arms with each other as well. And I think that
jealousy, envy, whatever that's going on in his brain, William that is, I don't know. But Harry was thinking logically for his future and at the same time for the firm. And I think, in my humble opinion, I think he was willing to stay for as long as the oldest, what's his name? The oldest, George, is that his name? Until he's at age to do the work. Meanwhile, let's say around this time, if Harry was still in the UK, that would have been Harry and Meghan helping the institution. And then probably when George finished school, Harry will step back and say, here it is. This is yours. Start helping your father. But no. The brother, William, didn't see it that way. Because of a few minutes of a spotlight, go cut ribbon, and Harry and Meghan were doing things to help the people of the UK, and at the same time will benefit the institution.
Right.
In short, before I went to Afghanistan in 2012, turned around to the Royal Foundation, said, please find somewhere where a community which is suffering from youth violence and knife crime, of which we can go into and try and help them. But it's got to be led by them. And then I think it was April 2013, arrived in Nottingham, chosen by the Royal Foundation, and met this incredible group of young people that, in their way, were trying to do everything they could, but had been let down so many times by other organizations and other people. Not just some people had struggled. Once again, they come in thinking they knew exactly how to do it, and they were a letdown. And you could see it in their faces. So all we wanted to do was try to work out what already existed. You know, CRS existed, the community recording studio, headed up by Trevor Rose, and Epic Partners, of which Chantal was part of. Those two organizations existed. I think they worked 200 meters apart.
Yep.
In St Anne's, in Nottingham. They'd never met each other.
Okay.
So that was a classic example of us coming and going, right, who do you guys recommend? They said, them and them. Right, you guys interested in working together? Let's make this happen. And it was all led by them.
But the institution, along with the brother, jealousy, all sort of thing. And I think also the institution as a whole, because I think it runs by the courtiers, they have their own agenda. Okay, the same agenda as some of the politicians in the UK, but the royal family don't see that. But whatever works for them. But Harry and Meghan left because William pushes them out, and he made it official. Why and how did he make it official? He bring in a legal person who knows the law to write a document to make sure the steps in which Harry will leave.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death, like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
And then Harry saw the stupidity of it. This is why he asked for the review. Things go to court and all of that. And now, was it the first time it went around, the judge aligned with the institution? I give many examples and many viewpoints of that particular aspect in different videos. May not be on this channel, could be on RP Team Sussex. And then as recently as sometimes maybe last month, I think, a judge allowed Harry to appeal whatever the previous judge had said regarding the review. Okay, so I think Harry just wants to shed light on what's going on. That's all. But he's moving on. Okay, and there's a lot of other things that's going on. There's the phone hacking thing with Murdoch that's coming up, and I believe January 2025. So that's a different branch of things. So pretty much Harry was willing to help the firm, the brother, until William's kids were at age to take over his spot. And then once Charles passed, William will be, the king, and then the oldest will take William's spot, and then the next pair move up. So Harry was willing to stay until that time, but the brother, due to jealousy of whatever it is that goes in his brain, prevented Harry from helping him. So Harry has nothing to lose, so he left. But what's happening now with the with the appeal and things like that is just to shed light. That's all. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. Okay, so let me read what's there and then move on. Pathetic Brits telling themselves they're important and Harry misses them dreadfully. Newsflash, Harry chose his wife whom he loved, not the crown. Move on. Okay, like I have been saying for years, when there is a Sussex house story, there is a house story about them islanders that are being ignored. What is that here? Like a new Royal Lodge story, it will be the islanders' house hopping while the Sussexes remain in the same house. Okay, what is that? That was back 2023. Sussex moving stories are always covered for the Wells house moving stories anytime. So are they moving the Wells? Okay, so whatever's here, that's it. It is so wild to me, 8+ years later, 4 of those living on a different continent and the UK media can still create chase your tail story about Harry and Meghan based solely the whimsical imagination of a random person, whether they wear the title of royal expert or not. Okay, it was absolutely ridiculous to start with. Another one of the 100, quote, "It is believed," and quote, "stories just out here lying for clicks." Yeah, that's what it is. Who will buy a house that will have every toxic UK media hack permanently camped out in front of it? Plus, the security threats are infeasible to boot. Right? When will the British press accept that Harry and Meghan will not have a home in the United Kingdom again until good security measures are guaranteed? Alright, so that's it. There's more comment. Let's move on. So this is brand new here. This I've already posted on my community board, and you guys should see it already. Okay, community board on Happy Team Sussex, not on PYTE. Okay, at Niall Gardiner. Okay, I blocked him. Okay. The Heritage Foundation then do their homework before filing the frivolous lawsuit to access Prince Harry's visa application. If it was decided Trump's privacy pre-president of the United States outweighed public interest, guess what? There's the laugh here. I think, in my humble opinion here, someone is pushing them to do it. Okay, because if they are in the US, what does this Harry privacy or visa thing has to do with any of these people? Nothing. So someone is pushing them. Someone who have access to them is pushing them to pursue that visa thing here. Okay, so let's read this here. That's from Sky News. Okay, and they probably knew too. That's another way for them to create a, you know, like a squirrel type of thing, distraction. U.S. government lawyers cite Donald Trump case regarding right to privacy and legal battle over Prince Harry's visa documents. Lawyers for the U.S. government have looked to a case regarding Donald Trump and their fight against a conservative think tank, which is demanding the release of Prince Harry's visa documents. Okay, so that was, okay, June 18, yesterday. It has recently emerged the U.S. government brought up a court ruling relating to Donald Trump as part of an argument against the release of Harry's visa details. According to statements made in a February court hearing transcript, a lawyer for the government, John Bardo, cited a legal battle regarding Trump's right to privacy as precedent. The case concerned a Freedom of Information Act request to release details of the interaction Trump may have had with FBI prior to 2015 during his time as private citizen. Mr. Bardo argued in February that since the former president was found to have privacy interests in that case, Prince Harry should too with respect to the current case. Quote, they found that President Trump, from when he was private citizen, his privacy interests outweighed any public interest, that there may be a previous interaction he may have had with the FBI, Mr. Bardo said. And it continues, and I will argue if President Trump has privacy interests in that kind of interaction with the government, Prince Harry's privacy interest is even greater. Mr. Bardo argues the prince was never governmental official in the US, nor has appeared on a ballot in the country. Okay, so that's that. Let's see some of the comments here. Also, a huge haha to Trump for saying he will deport Harry if elected. I'm saying, as much I agree with this, okay, whatever that haha part here, Trump has people everywhere. These people make things happen, even though if it's against the law. Okay, Chuck probably paid Trump a lump sum for his campaign to harass Harry if he's elected. Don't forget Trump, Melania, Maxwell, Epstein, and Andy are frequent flyers to the island of ill repute. They wash each other's, okay, they watch, not wash, okay, maybe wash, I don't know. They wash each other's back. Any father would say, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd date her myself. That's that here. All right, now it's going to ask for convicted felon Trump passport info. There's a laugh here, people are laughing. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to another tweet. Okay, so this one I picked from the pile that I have for a while and then inserted on this list. This is something I was gonna ignore, but I never listened to it. I had it on my list but never listened to it. Next tweet. Okay, Posh Spice, really? Okay, there's those hashtag Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and all of that. So it's 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Just listen. I'm gonna be putting screenshots. Let's listen.
Imagine Mother and Daddy Sussex at home, drinking their Clevr coffee, having their daily business meetings, Lily and Archie playing in the background, and them minding their beautiful married life business in their mansion, their lavish cars, and eating Mother Sussex's jam. And then you have the trolls on Twitter, like Victoria Beckham freezes out Meghan Markle amid growing bond with royals. Meghan hoping she claws things back and repairs their friendship, knowing how connected the Beckhams are and could help repair her tarnished image. Who knew Mother Sussex was cool with Posh Spice like that? I mean, when have you ever heard Mother Sussex in the same sentence as Posh Spice? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Spice Girls fan, so I fucks with Victoria Beckham the long way, okay?
But I think the what was it when Harry and Meghan were leaving the UK, where they had that three-day event back to back when they were exiting. The last one was the Commonwealth thing. One of those nights, Meghan wore, I think it was Victoria Beckham's dress, the blue one, with, you know, with that famous picture of the umbrella. I think that was the only time I think their name were mentioned with the Sussexes. I could be wrong. I'm not a fashion person, but I'm talking on top of my head. But besides that, I don't think there is any other connection. The only thing, actually, I could be wrong because I don't follow the Beckhams. Okay, David have been seen, which I've shared with you, with Chuck many times, and I think also with William. And some of the thing that is being said is that he wants that title of Sir to be knighted or something like that. Allegedly, I don't know. But I've shared some of these with you. But Victoria, on the other hand, I never see her in that aspect at all. But the husband is, though. Okay. Again, I'm just sharing on top of my head and some of the things that I've shared with you or whatever. But those two, husband and wife, Victoria and David, many times when they do things with, I don't know. Did they go to their wedding? I don't know either. I don't remember. Maybe they did. But anyway, let's finish. Listen, I'm mumbling on top of my head, not knowing everything altogether. But I know for a fact Meghan have worn Victoria's dress before. Okay, let's continue. That was back in 2020.
I really don't think Mother Sussex is trying to repair anything at this point. I mean, y'all wanted her out. She's out.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
She don't even step foot on y'all island. Matter of fact, she does step foot on y'all island. Y'all just don't know about it. But for real though, I mean, if she wanted to fix her tarnished image or wanted to have any type relationship with anybody in that family over there, I mean, she could just pick up the phone and call. I mean, she is married to the king's son, right? I mean, why should she have to go through Posh Spice? Make it make sense. I mean, y'all really be throwing stuff at the wall to see which one sticks today.
See, this is the thing Princess Diana did not have.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
And I think it's due to the lack of social media at that time. Because these people are throwing so much BS out there. And then when someone, anybody, this is the squad, the amount of fan Harry and Meghan have, they pick up on their BS and call them out. Princess Diana did not have that. She was by herself. And then when she talks, people don't know what she means. I think at some point They didn't know, they don't understand. But the institution was doing its thing. They had their minions to write stories left and right, nonsense. Princess Diana was on her own. And these people, the institution, still have many of their minions. Either they pay them or they're doing organically, just like many of us, the Sussex squad, are doing. I don't know. I doubt it, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not being compensated the way that I think I should with YouTube. Okay? But Princess Diana did not have this type of army to debunk those BS nonsense. Okay? So let's continue.
It's almost every day. But y'all say Sussex squad don't have nothing else better to do. We're the bullies. But every time I go on X, literally almost every post is by somebody that claims to be a fan of the firm, a fan of William and Kate. I mean, and it's always them dog walking the shit out of Mother Markle's name. I mean, make it make sense. Y'all are really funny though. Y'all have a good day.
Like I said, I always have a video on IP Team Sussex, because they always throwing nonsense and the squad talk about it. And then I share them with you. But on this channel, PYTE, very rarely I have something, because the Sussexes don't put things out every day. So this is the difference you could see now, that I differentiate these two channels. Before I had PYTE, everything comes on here. Since YouTube been being very unfairly, I decided to differentiate them if I say something in one, so they don't affect everything else on the channel. So I sort of differentiate them. On IP Team Sussex, you see every day I have something. All right, let me read what's there, and then that's it. There's 100% thumbs up. They just want the lady and Sir title. And why do they think wearing a few dresses means a friendship? Harry has met them and they were at their wedding. Okay, so there's somebody who's saying that. So they were at the wedding. For a minute, I thought I saw them going to the wedding, and then I was like, maybe it was William's wedding. Then I got confused, so that's why I was like, never mind. Okay, but never heard of them actually socializing. They're probably friendly, but not friend, and that's okay. Yeah. Meghan is an American, a California girl. What connection Victoria can help Meghan with? Mostly all the singer, actors, and actress and Britain come to America to get connected one way or another. Meghan doesn't need Victoria help. She's doing just fine. They're just looking for a response. I don't think it's Victoria who's writing that. You know, the derangers that's doing that. Okay. If true, Simpash misunderstood when HRH Meghan bought a few of those bankruptcy prevention rags she was selling. Oh my God, the way she put it. That's what I was saying. Meghan wore her dress. HRH Duchess of Sussex is kind and helpful, but don't get it twisted, because neither she nor her Duke need the ex-singer for anything. Okay, the funny thing is the Beckham name doesn't hold the same weight it once did. Thank you. I think so too, because of what David is doing. Because of what he's doing, you know, he's so, in my humble opinion, from what I'm seeing, if the allegation is true that he wants the Sir title, he's doing too many stupid things. Look at when William was in the US doing his Earthshot thing in Boston. Okay, one of the things that I share with you, I think it's on PYTE. He flew from wherever there was a football, I think in the Middle East or something, flew for one night to go to that thing, to that Earthshot thing, because the popularity that he once had, you know, being the star of football and all of that, but the royal family diluting his brand, because they're using him so much for nonsense, for stupidity, so it's diluting his popularity. I don't know if anybody's telling David that. He should be careful and back off a little bit. Whether or not you get the Sir or not, but your coin, whatever money you were making, or I don't know if you're still making, or I don't know if the institution is paying you or anything like that, but he's diluting his brand. I truly agree with this comment here. The funny thing is, the Beckham name doesn't hold the same weight it once did. David is now tied to the King Foundation, but where's the hype? Okay, I think I reported on IP Team Sussex. They give him a position in one of those things, foundation thing. Where's the media coverage? Where's the glamour? Not to be rude, but no one cares about him. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, the British media and their trolls are so thirsty for anything Meghan related. Meghan Markle is relevant. Talk about missing woman. Why hasn't she and her 2 spare children been seen in months? There has to be a curse on the Prince of Wales title. Alright, David Beckham cheated on Victoria and denied it for ages until the lady he cheated with called him out on TV. He should just admit it and move on. Another sleazy man. They probably have him on something. Who knows? So he have to make up for it. I don't know. I really don't know what goes in these people's brain. Alright, next tweet.